Sometimes a fragrance comes along that's so nostalgic that you just have to have it. Penguin by Zoologist. Now this is the 10 ml, but believe me, the full bottle, the full 60 ml is on its way because I like this fragrance that much. All right, let's give this a spray. Let's give this a spray right here. We'll do 2. Right off up top, I get crisp, cool, cold air swirling all around you with like woodsy, piney notes. That's kind of the vibe you get. And I absolutely love pine in fragrances. And I think the pine, the fir note in here, it's almost like the juniper berries. It has this cold, cooling effect, and it's absolutely great.
The notes in Penguin are ozonic notes, ice, juniper berry, saffron, pink pepper, labdanum, suede, moss, musk, and sandalwood.
It almost has that illusion when it's a cold winter day and like you open up a window and get blasted with cold air. That's kind of the vibe right off that hits me. Slightly spicy. There's a little bit of spice in here from pink pepper, and it's a little sweet. It's not an overly sweet fragrance. This is a marine fragrance, but it's almost bittersweet. And as you'd expect, I'm also picking up a little bit of saltiness in this fragrance. It is a marine fragrance, but it's so well blended and smooth. It's almost like soft ocean water just slapping you right in the face. I mean, Penguin definitely has the illusion of cold air. It definitely has. It has the icy cold air, but honestly, it's so much more than that. I gotta do one more. I wanna get it in the air. Oh, right in the face. I get the saltiness on the first spray. You get hit with the saltiness, it goes away quickly. You know, there's no animalic notes in this at all. I'm not picking up anything offensive at all. No animalic, no pissy. There's a little bit of musk in here, but it's a cool, clean musk. But there's nothing offensive in this fragrance. It's very pleasant. It's very well blended, very smooth. It's a soft marine fragrance. Overall, this is a very pleasant, wearable marine fragrance. It's not overly salty. It's not overly marine. It's not slapping you in the face like something like an Oud Mineral by Tom Ford would. It's subtle and it's very nostalgic, but there's some warmth in this fragrance that I absolutely love. As it dries down, I get mostly sandalwood. The sandalwood really comes out in this fragrance, and it's not in the style of Le Labo's Santal 33. It doesn't have like the pickly, salty note. It's a nice, warm sandalwood. Now there is suede, saffron, oak moss, and I think that is mixing with the sandalwood. And there's another note that comes out to me, and it's not listed in the list of notes, but that is vetiver. You almost get like this vetiver warmth in here. It's not smoky. I think it's the sandalwood mixing. It creates a vetiver vibe that's really good and smells absolutely awesome. So how would I describe this fragrance? What does this smell like to me? This is a nostalgic fragrance. It really is. To me, this spoke to me on the first sniff. This reminds me of 4th grade, being 9 years old. This smells like one of those winter nights that you're outside, you have school the next morning and it's getting dark, it's snowing, you're building a snowman or an igloo outside in the front, a snow fort, and then your dad looks over and he realizes, hey, you're getting a little bit too cold. So what does he do? He takes his scarf or his jacket and he wraps it around you to keep you warm, and you smell a faint fragrance on the coat, like your dad's cologne that he was wearing, a very nice, masculine, pleasant, almost blue fragrance, and you smell the coat and it's faded. That's what this smells like. That's the vibe that this gives me. That's what it made me think of right off as soon as I smelled it. I don't know if you can you see the penguin on the bottle wearing that nice turtleneck sweater? That's what this smells like. It smells like his sweater if he was wearing a masculine fragrance that was starting to fade off a little bit. It's definitely a unisex fragrance, but to me it leans masculine. I think this is a more masculine fragrance. Females could wear this, but this is for the guys. The projection and longevity is really good. The projection's solid. It's not beast mode, but it's not weak. I would say it's stronger than medium, the mediocre. It definitely will project. People will smell you wearing this, and the longevity is great. I mean, over 12 hours. I smelled this on a shirt the next morning. It was faint, but it was still there. The 10 mLs are about $45, and the full 60 ml you can get for about $175, which is a little bit on the pricier side. Wow, this is such a pleasant fragrance. It really does smell that good. I mean, you could wear this year round. I would wear this day or night. I think it would be great on date nights, honestly. Maybe cooler weather, but year round. This is signature scent worthy. This is office safe. I just think it's a pleasant fragrance. In fact, it's probably, besides Dodo Jackfruit, I think it's the most pleasant fragrance in the Zoologist collection. The safest one to wear. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to getting a full bottle of this. I can't wait. I don't know. I mean, I gotta do one more. I'm gonna do an over-under here. who would wear something like this, honestly, it's a nostalgic vibe. So somebody in time or the person you're gonna fall in love with, that's who's gonna wear this. This is such a cuddling fragrance. I don't know why either, because it's a cold air fragrance, but it doesn't wear cold, it wears comforting. It wears like if you're wearing something warm in the cold. It's a distant memory from the past that I absolutely love. And for that reason alone, I'm gonna buy this. I would give this, honestly, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. And in actuality, there's really no fragrances on the market that smells like this. This is very unique. It's not bold. If you love Zoologist fragrance for their boldness and for their challenging vibe, this isn't that. This is pleasant, but it's definitely a unique marine fragrance. I have never smelled an icy cold marine fragrance that has warmth and comfort to it. And that's what you get here with Penguin by Zoologist. It's absolutely fantastic. I also did a first impression videos on the full Zoologist collection, a part 1 and part 2, and I'll link those up here if you want to check those out. Out of the whole collection, Penguin is in my top 3. I don't know. I'm looking forward to their new releases, but it's gonna be a hard one to change. I can't. I'm way too excited. I have to show you this. I have to show you that. Do you see that? Do you know what that is? Oh my God, I'm gonna tell you what, this smells amazing.